Hey everyone, welcome to this video. Today we're going to be discussing my favorite push-up variations for building a strong push-up and getting to a push-up with both knees off the ground, going all the way down, all the way up. So this is great for you if you've been working your way up. Maybe you do variations with knees on the ground. These are what I've done time and time again with clients, athletes, to get them to perform a full push-up and keep moving forward and going even past a full push-up. So first we're going to discuss using the wall. So I like doing push-ups on an elevated surface with the arms. This will take a lot of the strain off the chest from doing it flat on the ground. So this is a great place to start. You can do a push-up on the wall. I'll show it right now. Depending on what angle you're at. So if I had a wall right here, if I'm doing a push-up like so, this will be less challenging than stepping out farther, right? The more of an angle I'm at, the more load I have to press forward. So if I'm doing it on the wall right here, I want to make sure that I'm not directly up. You choose whatever angle works with you, so maybe I can step back a little bit, and then all I'm going to do, you can see my hands are just outside my shoulders. I don't want them too wide. All I'm going to do is just lower my body towards the wall, making sure my elbows are low, not high, and then pressing the wall away. And of course, if you're wearing a baseball cap like me, you can turn it around so your cap does not hit the wall. So you can go a little bit low on that one. So that is what I would call an incline push-up. Then we can also use an ottoman. So maybe, let's say I had something a little bit wider than this, but you can use an elevated surface, put your hands on it, and you're doing a push-up like so. This also slides a little bit. So make sure you have it like on the mat, something that won't slide. If I was doing elevated, I'd have knees on the ground, pressing like so, up and down. Next, you can do the knee variation on flat ground. So the first two were elevated surface, great place to start. Once you've mastered those, now you can bring it to a flat surface. I'm going to show both knees on the ground variation. So easy way to do this, you can start in quadruped position. All you're going to do now is scoot your legs, scoot your knees back, to where there's a straight line from your knee to your shoulder. So your hips are bent back, you want your hips straight, everything's in a straight line. Now hands go right under the shoulders here, and then whenever I lower down, I want to make sure my elbows go out at 45, and I can press the ground away here. So this would be a full push-up variation with knees on the ground. Next, I'm going to show up from that is going to be one knee on the ground. So I pick up one knee now. Now half of my body, I lost one point of contact, half of my lower body is off the ground, and I have to work more stabilization on this as I go. So let's say we had 10 reps, I would want to make sure to switch the knee that's off the ground halfway through the repetitions, because I'm feeling it a lot in that core on the side of the leg that's up. So I want to make sure I get both sides, so I don't walk out of the exercise leaning over a little bit too much. So that's going to be one knee off the ground. Now final two can be applied to the wall variations or the knee variations as they're changing the movement itself, how we perform it. Meaning, first one is going to be eccentric. So eccentric is going to be the lowering portion of the movement. So let's go back to our two knee variation on the ground. Eccentric would just be me lowering. So let's say I go 1, 2, 3, 4, slow down. Okay, I literally just relax on the ground, and then I can press myself up with my knees on the ground. Or we could even go one knee on the ground, same thing, eccentric, or both knees off, eccentric. Once I hit the ground, knees lower, press back up on your knees and reset. Think if you're, think about a time you've ever bench pressed, if you're lowering the weight, that part is usually a lot less challenging than pressing it back up. We're actually stronger, our muscles are stronger whenever they lengthen, so that's where the eccentric push-up can come in and get us some strength on the lowering portion, and then we press up either on one knee or both knees. Finally, the last one will be ISO hold. So I'm going to show a one knee ISO hold. Again, this can be applied to doing it on an ottoman, on the wall. So one knee's on the ground, one knee's off the ground. I'm going to lower and then hold at the bottom. I'm still activating my chest, but I'm not pressing up, especially if I can't press up from here. Let's say we get stuck. Okay, now I want to work this bottom hold, gaining strength in my muscle, and then press back up either on one knee or both knees. Just do whatever you can to work on the press up. So you can do the ISO hold in either of these. You can do the eccentric either on the wall, elevated surface. These are great ways, kind of have fun, mix them up, great ways to get us to doing a push-up with both knees off the ground. Again, add these in anytime we do push-ups in the workouts, add these in on your own, and you'll get there in no time. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next time.